Good morning, YouTube. I've had an awesome day. I want to share with you guys what I'm up to. So, first thing this morning, I had to go to an assembly at my son's school. It was amazing. Did a great job. The whole entire school did awesome. Loved it. Then, I went to McDonald's to get some breakfast. They screwed up my order somehow. They overcharged me or something. I ended up with a couple dollars being returned to me with my food. So I go down the street and there's a homeless guy walking to McDonald's. So I gave him my money that I had gotten, just a few dollars to grab a sandwich. That always feels good to be able to help somebody out, right? So then I'm like, I gotta run a few errands. I go down to the fish store to get some feeder fish to feed Frank. And there's a young man in the store who's checking out some beta tanks. Seems kind of interested in getting into fish keeping. Ultimately decides the tanks at the store are just not for them. So I just asked politely if they were interested in a tank and if I could donate a tank to them for this young man to get a beta fish. And his mom was very kind. She left a comment down on one of the videos. That's how I'm going to reach it back out to her to give her the tank. But I want to show you guys what I'm going to do. We're going to put together a bad word tank for this little boy, and hopefully he gets into fish keeping. It's a wonderful hobby. I really enjoy doing it. So let's get right into today's video and build this guy an awesome beta tank. So let's start with this right here. This is a 6-gallon corner tank. I hope he likes a corner tank. The other option, I suppose, would be a little bit bigger. I don't know. Should we do the corner tank or should we do a rectangular tank? The rectangular tank is 5 gallons on the dot. This is 6 gallons. Honestly, I think the 6-gallon bowfront tank is the coolest one. So we're going to start with that. So we have right here a 6-gallon bowfront tank. We have some media. You know what I mean? We have a leaf for it to lay down on. We have a little house for it to play around in. And this media is full of good bacteria. So we'll be able to jumpstart this tank for him. But you know, it's been out in the garage for a few weeks now. So let's get it cleaned up, make it really nice. And then I think we're going to have to hit the store real quick and grab a few things. I think we're going to need a good heater, and we'll see at the store if we're going to go with the sponge filter and an aerator, which is typically the best for this small tank. The beta is not going to produce that much waste. So let's get this cleaned up. Let's get the media washed, and we're going to pre-soak the media, and we're going to wash the media in a solution of water and prime, because we want to dechlorinate anything that we clean his tank with to make sure that the live bacteria that's in there can stay in there and be healthy. Also, we're going to be jump starting his tank with some Seacom's live bacteria. Make sure whatever fish he gets is super happy, super healthy, and that he can enjoy this fish tank for as long as he wants to. So step one, let's get it cleaned up. Okay, so we got a little bucket, some water in it. Not a crazy amount of water. Just a few drops of prime to dechlorinate anything that's in there. Oh man, prime stinks so bad. We're just going to swish that up a little bit, make sure that gets mixed really well. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull all the media out of here, put it into this bucket. Because we want to get it all nice and clean and rinsed out. And mostly the purpose of the rinse is just to get rid of any nasty old gunk or leftover waste. Also going to clean up everything to make sure there's no algae on it. So I promise you, if it's green and it's got a little algae on it, it's going to grow back. So this, we just let soak for a minute. I put more prime than I needed to because I planned on adding a little warm water. Let me do that real fast. We'll let this soak for a little bit before we take it out. Soak, we'll let that sit for a minute. We're actually gonna go ahead and throw our little hut in there. We can scrub that too. Just make sure everything's nice and clean. Now, I'm gonna take one of these sponges and dip it in that water that we just dechlorinated and got all yummy full of bacteria, and we're just gonna come over here and we're gonna scrub this clean and make it look brand new. Also gonna check any of the silicone seams, make sure everything is good there. I do have silicone on hand if I need to. I don't think I will. This tank is pretty brand new. This tank housed one betta fish, which is what he wants to use it for. And it was only in operation for, I want to say, a couple months before I took it down, upgraded. Obviously, if you guys have been watching the channel, you know I'm ridiculously addicted to raising fish for some reason. And I have way too many tanks. So I saw today as an opportunity to hook up somebody, and I have no use for this tank, you know what I mean? So I think it's awesome that he wants to get into raising fish. If I could play any small role in that, that makes me happy. I like to give. I think it's so cool. It's just so fun too. I mean, when you see somebody just really disappointed and you're able to change that look on their face almost immediately, it's kind of priceless, man. You know, the homeless dude I gave $3 to this morning, he was so grateful to have something warm to eat in the morning, you know? It was freaking cold last night. I live out in Colorado, and we're getting to that month. We usually get our first snowfall in October, typically. So we're really close to that first snow. And the homeless community, you know, if they don't migrate out of here or find themselves in a shelter or something, they are susceptible to freezing at night. I don't want that to happen to anybody. So I can't do much, but I can do a little bit. So a little bit's better than none, I'd say. And that, like I said, this dude, who knows, maybe he'll keep the fish for a day and decide he's not a fish guy or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he'll spend the next 30 years of his life raising fish and doing stuff like I do. I don't know. Be for him to decide, but it'd be cool to help him make his decision, I guess. And I like giving stuff away. Today is so cool. I called my wife right away and was like, I'm gonna go build a tank for somebody, so if you see anything missing out of the bank account, don't say nothing. Just kidding. My wife's so cool, she don't care at all. She thought it was awesome. But, like I said, I do want this thing to be spick and span, which semi, right? Because I am going to backfill it with the media. I'm going to get it pre-staged, and I want it at the stage where basically he just needs to add water, essentially. So, for this one specifically, I think we're going to have to go get a bowfront filter if we decide to go with that route. I'm really tempted to just do an aerator with a sponge filter, and there's key reasons behind that. You know, I mean, I noticed the mom was trying to find self-cleaning or less maintenance, and in my opinion, it's easier to have a sponge filter that you take out and clean, you know, once a month, rather than a filter that you have to remember to change out completely. Because the sponge filter, you don't have to buy it every time you clean it. And the carbon filters you will have to buy every time you change it, which can become such a pain in the butt, because who wants to be spending money all the time on filters, you know? So I think a sponge filter is more cost effective, and I think honestly it just works better. You guys have seen my 125 gallon tank. I don't run any kind of traditional filter. I use live media rock through a Temu filter. And then I use 2 75-gallon sponge filters. And the sponge filters work great. So I think that's the route we'll go. And I think we're gonna go a little bigger than we need for the filtration, right? So this is a 5-6 gallon tank. We'll probably do like a 15-20 gallon tank size filter if we can, without taking up too much space, which this just allows a much healthier environment for your fish to cycle more water, more oxygen, and to keep the tank cleaner. So with that, I think our tank is pretty clean. We are gonna take a second look at that before we call it good. But for right now, I just want to get in here, and I'm using this guy, right? And I'm gonna scrub this all around in the rocks. Just to clean this, I'm gonna use that rock, sand, substrate, whatever you want to call it, as a, I don't know what you call it, a scrubber, I guess. I'm using it as some kind of coarse media to scrub the top of this thing. I don't know how to say that any other way. So by doing that though, I get all the rocks and sand stirred around, get everything ground together. And that's just to wash the rocks mainly, and the thing I'm holding, which, a brush.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
God, I couldn't think of the word brush. Yeah, I'm using it to brush this decoration. Now, as you guys all know, or if you don't know, if you're a beginner fish keeper, I strongly recommend do not put a fish tank near the window unless you are, you know, very good at keeping fish or have a lot of experience. If you can control the growth of the moss using, you know, natural means, great. I suck at it, so I don't tend to keep tanks by the window. They will just grow crazy amounts of moss. Whoa, I did not realize that thing's kind of hollow. Got a few rocks in there. Doesn't matter, but now I have maracas instead of a hut. There we go. Get all that washed out of there. So now that's nice and clean. Doesn't look like there's any algae on it. Nothing funky. We'll set that off to the side. Now, for this stuff, I am going to rinse and repeat this process a few times. So I'll be right back as soon as I get this rock cleaned up. Okay, we're back. Got our rock washed. And we're gonna get that put back into the tank. Naturally, you're not gonna wanna just dump all the rock back in. Typically these tanks are gonna have a glass bottom. This one happens to have a plastic bottom. So we're in luck there, but plastic can crack just like glass. So we're gonna take our time, we're gonna get a cup, we're gonna put the media back in nice and carefully so we don't scratch or break anything. And that step will be done. So all I'm doing is grabbing a cup full. I just like to put it right in the middle. And I'll use that now, I don't like to run soil at all. It's not for me. So my kids sometimes want to grow plants though, right? So soil substrate is almost needed for some plants. But if you notice all that gravel that's mixed into the black rock, that essentially is your soil substrate, or your, you know, nitrogen rich substrate that can help you grow some plants. So if the young man wants to grow some plants, he can easily do so in that substrate. It's got all the right nutrients. And it doesn't seem to rise to the top so much. I do use the black rock sort of as a cap. but it's not really necessary. The gravel for growing plants does not really affect it too much. And if you watch this video, bro, the first time you put water in there, it's going to be cloudy. It's inevitable. It won't hurt your fish, for one. And two, you don't need to do anything different. Just keep running your filter. Usually by overnight, you'll be good to go. You'll wake up with a nice clear tank. So, for right now, this is what we got for our little bro. So, house, fish house, check. We had a fish bed. Betas are weird. They're a weird fish. They like to play, and which is weird because they like to play and stuff, but they're not social. Shoot, I'll be right back. I gotta find some more stuff. Found an octopus? I don't know. I don't think that fits bro's style. No octopus. Found a leaf. This is good because the fish will like to lay on this leaf and rest. Also, fish like to play. So we found a loop that just suction cups into the tank, allowing the fish to play around with the loop. But I was thinking, what else could we add to the tank to make it a little bit cooler, right? Like, who wants some... I mean, I would like this tank too. It's not a bad tank, don't get me wrong. But this kid, I mean, he's got to be like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old, maybe a little younger. I think I have something. We can make this tank a little bit cooler. Now, me and all my crazy adventures, I love toys, right? And when I moved into this house, I even found a bunch of 1980s unopened Dragon Ball Z toys up in the garage attic, which was super cool. There's another toy I found along my adventures, and I think this would make a pretty cool addition to the tank. Rather than simply an octopus, let's throw in a sweet little two-stroke. Oh yeah. If he doesn't like it, he could always take it out, play with it, do whatever he wants with it. But I think this adds a certain uniqueness to the tank that you wouldn't get with the octopus. Okay, let's add the other stuff real fast. Okay, sweet little loop-de-loop. And this will just go attached somewhere like so. Right? This leaf. I noticed he was wearing a gold chain. He seemed like a super cool kid. And I just feel like a dirt bike's way cooler than an octopus. So there we have somewhere to rest for our little beta fish. He'll just come and lay right there and take breaks. And we're gonna leave this centerpiece right here in case, you know, mom or dad or him want to add a plant or something like that. There's space to do that right there in the middle. And with that being said, we need a heater, we need a filter. Let's head over to the pet store and see what we can find. All right guys, we're back from the store. They don't let me film inside that store, but I gotta get what I gotta get, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna boycott somebody because they won't let me film in their store. I'm not that picky. But let me show you what we got. We got him a sponge filter, which I think is better, especially for a beta because you can have low flow. We also got a 10-watt heater because I don't think we need anything bigger than that, especially if his tank's in his room or something like that, you know what I mean? It's really critical for water changes. After that, I don't think it's a big deal. We also got him some good food to start his fish off on. And somebody down in the comments had mentioned to add an anubias. So we got him an anubias plant to go in his tank. So I just reached out to his mom. I'm gonna run over there and meet with them real fast, give them the tank, and that'll be a wrap on today's video. See you in a little bit. Okay, I almost forgot. Then I remembered to grab him some dechlorinator so when he does his water changes, safe.
Run a little small nonprofit too.
Oh, that's cool, man.
You shout it out.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I just met Manny. This is who we've been making a tank for his boy.
Yes, little Max.
For little Max.
Thank you so much.
Heck yeah.
And Manny
His
runs a
9th birthday.
nonprofit on Facebook.
Yeah, we got a nonprofit called Veterans Justice League, and we help justice-involved veterans transition out of the justice system and find their way again and tap into the structure and discipline a lot of the times that the military provided, and we give them that environment, and we're cranking out living examples in the community and really helping a lot of veterans, and we let them go back on to Fort Carson and share their unique stories and journeys so other service members can learn.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. You guys know we got a lot of family in the service. My nephew, he's out in Kentucky right now for the Army. My other nephew, Cameron, out in Washington doing his Navy thing on submarines.
Awesome.
A lot of veterans. We love you guys, you know what I mean? So shout out to every one of you guys. And thanks for letting me make you guys a tank. Let me show you what I got.
Awesome.
Let's check it out. Crash, you wanna hold this for me? Stick it out the window and just aim it at Dad. So we could open the tailgate real quick. I didn't know if you guys wanted like square, rectangle. I have so many different weird choices.
No, this is perfect.
So it's a little bowfront tank. And then it's got a lid and a light and all that stuff. You just plug it in. And then I posted a short and somebody suggested that betas really like Anubias plants. So we got you one of those and you just plop it in there wherever you want.
Super cool.
The media is already got bacteria in it. So when you get home, oh, I gotta grab it. I got you some dechlorinator. That's all you have to add to the water. And then make sure it's at 79 degrees and you can add fish. The bacteria is all in there, so you're good to go. Sponge filters, plug and play. You just stick it on the wall, plug it in, it'll do the rest. It's low flow for betas. This is my favorite kind of fish food to feed them. It's just a high quality, high protein food.
Awesome.
And then here's a little heater, bro. So every time you do a water change, that'll kick on automatically. You just want to put it along the bottom and you never have to worry about it again. It'll keep the water automatically to 79 degrees.
Dang, that's awesome.
So all preset.
Sweet.
And then let me grab you that dechlorinator, because that's the main thing. There's like metals in the water.
Awesome.
You
This
just,
is perfect.
appreciate it.
So
oh,
thank
no
you for-
way.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
It's
Bro,
his birthday, man. He's 9
happy
years old.
freaking birthday, bro.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go.
Let's go.
9th birthday? Hell yeah. Give me some knuckles, man.
Well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word, a well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word, a well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word, a well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a well, a bird, bird, bird. A bird, a word.
Go, dude.
Let me grab you that dechlorinator real quick. Oh, right there. Thanks, Crash. So yeah, I just grabbed the bottle of this stuff, bro, and you just follow the directions. And every time you do a water change, make sure you put this in the water before you put it in the tank.
Sweet.
And that keeps your fish safe.
Cool. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Colorado, man. From Southeast Colorado, from
Oh, really?
Lamar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm a country boy, bro. I came from raising cattle and stuff out in the prairie.
Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah.
And you said your brother, who was in the service?
My nephew Zeke, he was in Fort Sill, graduated, and then now he's in Kentucky doing his residency. He's a physical therapist,
Nice.
Army.
Yeah.
And then Cameron, he got submarine certified early this year. And then he's my married in, right? So my niece is his wife.
Yeah.
They got married. But me and Cameron, I've known him since he was little. We go fishing,
Cool.
take him out to the woods, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
His dad was military too, I think Air Force. But he was busy, always like, he never went to the country, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, what the hell do you mean, bro? Like, let's go fishing. We gotta go fishing or
awesome.
something. So first day we took him camping, fishing, and he fell in love, and then he hung out, and now he's a young man doing his thing, you know?
That's awesome, man.
Married to my niece.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Great
Really
kids,
cool,
dude.
man.
I love what you guys do too, man.
Yeah,
So
right on, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for letting me.
yeah, we got a
Yeah,
little house
pleasure.
party. Yeah,
Happy
man.
birthday, brother. Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Enjoy it, man.
Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. All right, that was awesome. Thanks for letting me make you tank, bro. Happy freaking birthday. All right, guys. We're back in the fish room. Just want to give a shout out one more time to Max. Drop a comment, show some love. It's his 9th birthday. Say what's up. I hope you got all the best presents that you could possibly want. To Manny, Carmen, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your son's birthday. Hope you enjoyed it. And for everybody else in the MTFR fam, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.